Welcome to Songbird Budgets. My name's Ellie and this is my first budget video. So just a quick little bit about me. I am a single mum to two children aged 14 and 7, and I have been budgeting for roughly about 2 months, give or take a little bit, and I'm finding it really helpful for me. So I thought that I would show you everything that I've been doing and see if you want to come along on the journey with me. So as a side note, I do have my own business. It's not something that I will be bringing into my budgets here because it is separate from this. This is just my own personal budgets, and also the business is fairly new. It's not yet making enough profit to support me, so I'm going to be honest and frank, and I am on benefits, and it's my intention that I will be coming off benefits as soon as my business can actually fully support us, which will hopefully be sooner rather than later. I've watched lots of other budgeting videos on YouTube, like She's on a Budget, Budget with Ira, Rainbow Budgets, Budget Mum, Elle May, lots more. So what I've done is, while I've been watching them, I've created some documents that are just really for me, taken from inspiration from all of those places. So this video is going to be the budget for January. Now, I get paid on the 16th of every month. So this first budget is going to go from January the 16th until February the 15th. But what I'm going to do firstly is I'm just going to show you a few of the things that I've put together. The first is this future plans template. So the idea with this is to do short-term plans, which would happen within, in this case, 2022, medium-term plans, which should happen within 5 years, and then longer-term plans, which is going to happen more than 5 years. Now, I haven't got a lot of plans at the minute. You can see I've put 2 on here at the minute. Braces for my daughter and a holiday. Now the braces, I wrote on here, but I've also put it into a sinking fund. So this is more of a reminder than anything. So I will explain that when I come to the budget. And then on holiday, we've put £5,000. We're not thinking for next year, we're thinking maybe 2024. Now, I've been on a cruise before and loved it. My daughter loved it, and we both want to go again. My son, on the other hand, who's 14, he would prefer to go and spend some time in one place rather than being kept on a boat. So that's up for debate, but regardless, I want to aim for maybe £5,000. But again, it's not essential, it's just something we might like to do later on. But I haven't got any long-term plans at the minute, and I haven't got any short-term plans. Nothing yet has come to mind, but I will add to this if there anything comes up that I decide I want to do. The other item that I created was a yearly spend sheet. Now obviously this is going to be a work in progress, so it's going to be something that is used throughout the whole of 2022. So what I've got is my income going along the top. So every time I get, however much I get paid each month, goes along the top. And then I will have all of my envelopes and other expenses down here, and I'll work out each month how much they've all cost me, and then at the end of the year I'll total them up and see if there's anything that kind of jumps out at me as being rather overboard. And I think one of those ones is probably going to be eating out, because we do like doing that and I'm trying to stop it. So I won't be filling this out until the second budget video. So this will be after February the 16th that I will start filling this out. So what I've done is I've created myself a lot of sinking funds and cash envelopes. I am not planning on putting money into them all the time. If I have the money and I can put it into them, then yes, I will fill them as possible. But I'm not going to try and overwhelm myself. But what I've done is I've created this. Please ignore the scribbles down the side. So these are all my sinking funds. Now you can't see it on here because it's printed out in black and white, but they are colour coded. So these top ones here, so car maintenance, gifts, school and dental. There's no goal amount and there's no due date because these are ongoing envelopes, and it's just something that I would like to save. So for car maintenance, I would like to try and do £15 a month. For gifts, £5 a month. School, £10 a month, and dental, £10 a month. Now, because I'm on benefits, I don't actually have to pay for the majority of my dental care at the minute, but the forecast for my business is that I soon will have to start paying. So I want to start building up a cushion for that, because unfortunately I do have very bad teeth and I have to go to the dentist quite a lot. The main ones that I'm going to concentrate on at the minute is my son's birthday. So my goal is £200 and I would like that for April. Now his birthday is actually the 30th of April, and normally I would do it the month before. So for example, on this breakdown cover, it's due in October, but I want the money there for September, just to make sure that I've got the money available. But because he sometimes likes to have just cash, I don't mind doing it for the actual month. So we've got 4 months starting from January, and I'm going to be putting £50 away a month for that for the moment. Disney Plus is something that we all like to watch. The Marvel films for my son, the Princess films for my daughter, and I just like everything else in between. So that costs £70 and it's roughly April. I can't find the exact date, but I'll do a little bit of digging and I'll be able to find it. So again, 4 months. It works out at £17.50 a month, but I always try and round it up to the nearest £5, so that I've actually got a little cushion as well. Car service, I do £300, need it by June, 6 months, which is £50 a month. These next two, I've got my daughter's dinners and my son's dinners. As I mentioned earlier with the dental, I don't actually pay for my children's dinners at school at the moment. But again, because my business is increasing, I am going to have to start paying for them. So what I've done here is, for the autumn of 2022, for my daughter, I need £176.25 to do her for the autumn term, and I need £375 to do my son for the autumn term. Now, that might seem a lot. It is a lot, but what I've done is, at my son's school, they have a maximum of £5 a day that he can spend. Now, he very rarely does. He probably spends £2 or £3. but I want to give him that £5 in case he's hungry. He's a grown lad, he's 14, he needs to eat at the end of the day. So I've worked out that if he was to spend the full £5 a day, for the autumn term, it was going to cost me £375. So that is, I've got 8 months to save them up. So it's 22 and 46. So I've rounded it 25 and 50. And then what I'm going to do after that is, once I've saved these amounts, a bit further down you can see I've got the spring of 23, and they're all crossed out at the minute, and the amounts, and then a bit further down I've got the summer of 23 with the amounts and all crossed out. So as soon as I've saved the money for the autumn term, I'm then going to go on to the spring term, and when I've saved enough for the spring term, I'm then going to go into the summer term. So it's kind of a rolling thing for the moment. We then got breakdown cover, which is, contents insurance, which is 70 for August, and that's going to be £10 a month. The same with the breakdown cover. My daughter's birthday, £200 for October. So that's giving me 9 months. I'm going to do £25. Car insurance, it's not £300, but the extra will help me towards the car maintenance if I've not managed to save up enough. So that's going to be £30 a month. Christmas, I'm trying for £500, £45. Oh, sorry, look, 40 found an error. So that's going to be £50 a month. Car tax, that's actually, to explain this listed on here is for next year, so that's for February 2023. Now, I have saved £100 for this year, so for February 2022 I have got £100 at the minute, so the other £50 is going to come out in the next budget, but you'll see that when I go through it. Council tax is again something that I don't pay at the minute due to my earnings, but I would like to start putting some money away for it. Now I've put here for March 2023 because I want to try and pay for it all at once in that year, which would mean putting away £100 a month. Now, all of these added up together it's next to impossible at the minute for me to be able to afford that. But it's a goal, and the same with my daughter's braces. Now, the reason I've put this in here is because my son has had braces for the last 2 years. Now, he desperately needed them, and if I was to go through the NHS, there was going to be a 2.5 year wait, so I decided to go privately, which meant he would get them immediately. Now that cost me £2,400. I don't begrudge paying it, and it's the best choice we ever made for him, and he's done really well with them. Now, my daughter is only 7, but her big front teeth have come through, and I know that she is going to need braces. So I want to give her the same opportunity that I gave my son. So I want to be able to save this up now. She's probably not going to need this till 2025. So it gives me 44 months to save it. But even with how far away it is, it's still £70 a month. So it's probably not feasible at the minute, but maybe once I get my business going and I can take some more money out of that this might work out a little bit better. So there's my calculations. We'll see how it goes. Like I said, I'm not planning on being able to put all of this money away each month because that's next to impossible. But I will work on the ones that are closest. So at the minute, that's going to be obviously the ones at the top if I can, my son's birthday, Disney Plus, and the car service is what I'm kind of aiming towards at the minute. Okay, so going on to my budget. I have to apologise for the shaking of my camera. So this is what I've created, again using inspiration from all of the other places that, videos that I've seen. So I'll go through it as we get writing. So the date is going to be January the 16th to February the 15th. Now, my benefits vary depending on my business income, but I've worked out that I should get £1,514.35 from my benefits. Yes, that does seem a lot, but like I said, my business it's still new, it's still building, and I'm doing everything I can to try and come off benefits, because although I've worked many years and and some people might think that I'm entitled to the money, I am very independent. I do like to do things myself, so I would prefer to be able to be financially independent one day, hopefully. I also get some money from child maintenance from my son's dad. That's £20 a month. I get child benefit for my children, which I get on a Tuesday every week. So obviously, depending how many Tuesdays are within that period, depends how much I get. So for this period, I get 175.75, and that should be it income wise. So let me just add that up on my calculator. So £1,514.35 plus £20 plus 175.75 gives me a total of £1,710.10. I hope you can see this all okay. So the next thing we're going on to is the bills. Now, over the past couple of months, I've worked to try and get all my bills as close to coming out on the same dates as possible. So I do have a lot of them coming out on the 17th, so the day after I get paid. So my rent comes out on the 17th, and that is £700. My son's dinner money, I know I said I don't pay for it, but there are certain bits that I do pay for his dinners. So I always top up a little bit, so I'm going to put in £30. My mobile goes out on the 17th. Now this is an approximation because I've just added something to it. Now that's £90.80. That seems a lot, but that is for 3 phones and a tablet, and some insurance for the tablet. So it does seem a lot, and I'm not quite 100% sure what that figure's going to be yet, but I should find out this month. Sorry, in that period, I should find out. I have some life insurance that comes out on the 17th. That's £8 and a penny. My water bill comes out on the 17th, and that's £39.70. My internet comes out on the 17th, and that's £34.09. I give some money to each of my children. That goes straight into their bank, so £10 for my son, £15 for my daughter. Now, you might be wondering why there is a difference in amounts there, but I will explain that when we get onto the next section. My TV comes out on the 22nd, which is £13.37. Gas and electric comes out on the 25th, which is £115. They've just increased it, and that's about £45 more than it was. My daughter has swimming lessons, which comes out on the 1st, and that's £26.24. My son has guitar lessons. Now these fees come out anywhere between the 6th and the 12th, so I put the 6th down to make sure I've got the money in there. And his lessons are on a Tuesday, so again, depending how many Tuesdays there are in the month, depends how much this is. So this is going to be £60 this month. And then my daughter starts theatre next month. I'm not sure what date it comes out, and I'm not 100% certain on the actual direct debit amount at the moment, so I'm just putting, I've worked it roughly to be £84, but it might be more, it might be less, so I will find that out that month. So let me just quickly add those up, and we will see what we're working with. So £10 for my son, 15 for my daughter, 13.37 for TV, 115 for gas, 26.24 for swimming, 60 for guitar, 84 for theatre. So that gives me £1,226.21. And if I take that away, from the original amount, 1,226.21, it gives me £483.89 to play with. Okay. So, going back to my son and daughter, this next section is showing the expenses that I've got. So these are my envelopes that I use weekly. And going back to my children, so the discrepancy here, my son, I actually give him £10 a month in cash, and my daughter gets £5 a month in cash. So adding those figures both together, they both get £20 a month. Just my daughter only gets a small amount because she's 7 years younger. So I'm also going to do eating out. As I said, we do eat out a lot. I tried with a smaller budget and I kept going over. So this time I'm doing it the opposite way round. I'm doing £100 for the month, which is a lot, yes, but I'm not certain that we're going to use all that. But it's there if we do. So food, I usually budget £200 a month. I'm only going to budget £150 this month because I've actually got £60 in vouchers that I was given. So that will make it 210. Petrol, now I don't go anywhere very often, so I'm putting £30 in there, and what I'll do is I tend to keep 2 months together, and then any more than that I will take out and use on something else if it hasn't been used. And hair is £30 this month. So this should come to, bear with me, this comes to £325. So 48389 minus 325 gives me 158.89. Okay, so going on to the next bit. In this particular one, I've listed all of the sinking funds except for my dental, although I moved hair, so I can change that to dental now. Let me just add that in there. Okay, so as I said for my car tax, this particular month is going to be paying for the last of the car tax for 2022. So I'm putting the £50 in for that. I am also putting in the £50 for my son that I said I was going to. And I'm also going to do the £20 for Disney Plus. Then I am going to add £15 to car maintenance. Okay, so that's, I've not totaled that up yet, but it leaves me with £23.89, if I've added that up right. Hold on, 15 plus 20, so that's, it comes to 135. Yeah, that's right. So that leaves me with that. So credit card, at the minute I've got nothing on my credit card, which is fantastic. The two debts that I've got is for family, and that are the figures we've got here. So 1,200 on that one and 1,800 on that one. There is no particular date that these have to be completed by, given back by, but I do want to try and get them done as soon as possible. I'm going to focus on the lowest one first, and my plan is to pay those from the differences between the figures. So if I've got money left over at the end, so February 15th, if I have money left over, then it will go towards my debt. The only other thing, this last bit is savings, and this is going to be where my emergency fund is, and I'm going to put £20 in there. So I'm not going to budget for these at the minute, so that gives me £23.89 brought forward, £20 for savings, and it leaves me £3.89 as a buffer. So that is my budget for January. What I plan to do with the videos is my next video will be on January the 16th when I get paid, and I will take out all of the expenses, so cash envelopes and all my sinking funds, cash, and my emergency fund, and I will do a cash stuffing video then. So just to show you the other templates I've got, so this is my cash breakdown. So this is where I work out what notes I need and for which envelope, because I do have a tendency to get the right amount of notes down, but then I can't remember what denominations I put for each cash envelope. So that will hopefully help. So I will fill that out on the cash stuffing video. The other thing that I will be doing is I will be writing down my expenses. So every time I use something, it will get put on here. So I will put the date, I will put what it was that I bought, what envelope it came from, and how much it was. And then hopefully when I tally up at the end of the month, it should all work out. And it should also help me to fill in the next thing, which is my check-in sheet. And I've done 5 weeks for, because obviously some months are 5 weeks long. And what I plan to do is, this is for my cash envelopes that I use the most often. It's not for my sinking funds. So there will be an opening balance. There will be anything that I add to it that week, anything that I've used that week. And then these final two columns, what I've decided to do is any of the monies that I don't decide to roll over to the following week, I will actually send to either my savings or my debt. I'm not yet sure which, and I think I'll decide on a week by week basis what I'm going to do with that. But yeah, that is my check-in sheet. So my next video, as I said, will be on January the 16th when I get paid, and then it will be the cash stuffing video for all my cash envelopes and my sinking funds. And then after that, I will do a weekly check-in, and then continue with the budgets and weekly check-ins from there. So I hope this was something that was interesting to you. If it's something that you might like to see me do again, then please subscribe. It would mean the world to me. I know I'm new at this, but I am planning to continue doing them. So just hit the subscribe and the like button, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.